Hello, guys. I hope you're doing very good. So, today we're going to check out three different subjects. The first one is going to be used to. We use this phrase used to talk about how things were in the past. For example, let's imagine that this is the same person. His name is Mike, okay? So, this is Mike in 1992, and this is Mike now in 2020, okay? So, he has changed a lot, right? We use this phrase to say how he was in the past. For example, Mike used to have braces. Solía tener brackets. Mike used to have hair. Mike didn't used to wear glasses. And Mike didn't used to have a beard. Mike also used to be handsome. He's not very handsome now. Whenever I'm going to use it in a positive form, for example, Mike used to have braces. I'm going to put it in past. Used to. If I do it in negative, for example, Mike didn't used to wear glasses, then pay attention to my verb, used to. I do not put the D, okay, because I have my auxiliary right here. And in a question form, did Mike used to be handsome? It's also the same. I do not put my D. Why? Because I have my auxiliary right here. So we can say that it is the same rule as in past simple. Now, when you write it, we can obviously see the difference. But when we pronounce it, we can't really tell because we have the D and the T here. So I said used to, I say used to, I say used to. Okay, so in the pronunciation, it doesn't really show. But in the writing, it is important to not put the D when we are using it in a negative sentence or in a question. When we are using question words like how, what, where, when, we do the same as past simple. We're going to put my question word, then my auxiliary, in this case, it's did, and obviously my subject, and then the used to without the D, remember. So how did you used to be when you were a kid? Did you used to be playful? Did you used to be quiet? Did you used to be a big mess? It's important to say that we use used to for things that are not happening right now. For example, if I say, where did you used to live? I used to live in California. That means that today, in the present, you don't live in California anymore. Also, after using used to, the verb will always be in its base form because we have to. Okay, so I don't say I used to was, I used to being, I used to have been. No, never. Okay, the verb always has to be in its base. Okay, so now we're going to check out how do we use this word might. So we use this word might for a possibility. Since it's a modal verb, that means that whatever is next to it has to be in base form. For example, in the first sentence we have it might rain today. So we have might, and then my verb is rain. Why do I say that? Maybe because I see that the clouds are getting in the sky and it's turning very dark. So I think it's a possibility that it might rain. I am not 100% sure. That is why I use might. If I were sure, I would say it will rain. Okay, in the second sentence, I have I might not pass the exam. This is how I do my sentence in negative. I'm only going to use the word not. And my verb has to be in base form. This means that you are not sure, okay? You say, I might not pass the exam, maybe because you think it's very difficult or you didn't study. So there is a possibility that you will not pass it, but it is not 100% sure. I can also use the modal may instead of might, and it will be the same thing. I can say it may rain today or it might rain today. I may not pass the exam. I might not pass the exam. Both of them are correct, and there is no difference between them. Now let's talk about noun formation. Now, first, we have to go over what is a noun. Let's remember that a noun is a person, a place, a thing, or an animal. With many verbs, we can use ion, sion, or aion to make it into a noun. For example, we have these verbs elect, which would be in Spanish elegir, confuse, confundir, educate, educar, right? So we can change elect for election. It would be like elegir, elección. Confuse for confusion, and educate for education. And this here, these suffixes would make these verbs nouns. Now, there is no specific rule, so we just have to remember what suffix to use with which verb in order to make it a noun. But as always in English, there are exceptions. These are irregular nouns, which means that we do not put any of the suffixes we've seen before, like shun or ation, to make them into a noun. These are the verbs die, live, and choose. Think about what would be their noun. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, time's up. Let's see how you did. So, for die, the noun would be death. For live, the noun would be life, as in vida. And choose, escoger, would be choice, elección. Okay, guys, so those are the 3 short and easy topics for this week. I hope they were very clear. If not, be sure to tell me. Have a nice day. Bye.